Hey guys, and welcome back to another Spotlight Sunday episode where we take a closer look at four-wheel drive or camping related products to see if they're right for your needs. Today we're taking a look at my MRT Underbody Toolboxes to cover how they've been performing for us in the real world, what we use ours for, and if they're worth looking into for your setup. So these MRT Underbody Toolboxes are actually vehicle specific to my D-Max, which means they fit pretty perfectly and they look great in my opinion too. I particularly like this chiseled section down the bottom here. And as you can see, there's definitely no wasted space and they completely fill the area between my wheel arch and the back of the tray. They have the same slam shut latches as the canopy, which makes them so easy to open, just like your car door, and you can just slam them shut, which is so convenient. They also have the same keyless entry system as the rest of the canopy, which I reckon is pretty nifty. So with a press of a button, we can easily lock that toolbox and unlock it again. Inside we find a decent amount of room for all your bits and pieces, and there's a nice thick rubber seal all the way around the door here to keep any mud and water out. As for what I use mine for, I have always, since my very first canopy setup, used this left-hand toolbox for all my recovery gear and bits and pieces. And I think this stemmed from my first canopy setup was a lift-off model. And I wanted to make sure my recovery gear was always with the vehicle, even when that canopy was lifted off and in my garage at home. But honestly, I think it makes a lot of sense to store it in here as well, because once it gets all dirty and muddy from being used, you don't want to bring it inside your vehicle with you, so having its own dedicated spot like this is perfect. And capacity-wise, I can fit my kinetic rope for recoveries, my tree trunk equalizer or bridle strap, a couple of soft shackles, a couple of hard shackles, an old rag, and sometimes some tie-down straps as well. In on this right-hand side, I've actually permanently mounted my Dune air compressor so it works just like a service station. So all I have to do is pull out my air hose, turn that compressor on and pump up my tires, as easy as that. Now, doing this does open you up to moisture ingress in your compressor. However, I am confident with how well these toolboxes seal, and I've also gone through all my bolt holes with a bit of silicone, so hopefully it stands the test of time. These toolboxes have been performing really well for our needs, and I honestly reckon we'd struggle to go to a setup that didn't have some form of storage in the rear section just like this. And as far as durability is concerned, we have absolutely bashed these around off-road a fair bit, and aside from a bit of scuffing on that side just there, they've been performing really well. If I was to have one criticism, it would be that this cable here can sometimes get stuck when you're closing the toolbox up. So you just have to kind of reach in and pull it away with one hand. Now that doesn't happen very often, so honestly, it's not a big deal to me. Well, that was just a quick run through of my MRT Underbody Toolboxes. If you guys have any questions at all, let me know in that comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.